The anticipated judgment in the corruption case involving former Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji and ex-Secretary to the Treasury Malanji-Yamba has been postponed once again, marking the second delay in less than a week. The case, which has drawn significant public and media attention due to its implications for Zambia's financial governance and diplomatic credibility, centers on the alleged unlawful transfer of 108 million kwacha to the Zambian mission in Turkey. The postponement was attributed to the absence of Senior Magistrate Irene Wishimanga, who has presided over the proceedings. In her place, Principal Resident Magistrate Sylvia Munyinya rescheduled the judgment for Wednesday morning, further extending the legal suspense surrounding the high-profile trial. The charges against Malanji and Yamba are rooted in accusations of financial misconduct and possession of property suspected to be proceeds of crime. According to the prosecution, between January 2020 and August 2021, Yamba authorized the transfer of 108,401,197 kwacha to the Turkish diplomatic mission without adhering to established financial procedures. This transaction, allegedly intended for real estate procurement, bypassed critical oversight mechanisms within the Ministry of Finance, raising concerns about systemic vulnerabilities in Zambia's public financial management. Malanji, on the other hand, is accused of acquiring a range of high-value assets, including a Bell 430 helicopter, a Bell 206 Jet Ranger, the Gibson Royal Hotel, and 3 residential properties in Silverest, using funds believed to have been siphoned from the Turkish mission. These acquisitions, the state argues, reflect a pattern of illicit enrichment and abuse of diplomatic channels for personal gain. The defense has consistently denied the allegations. Malanji, popularly known as Bonanza, has maintained that he does not own the assets in question and that his financial dealings were legitimate. During the trial, he called 2 witnesses to support his claims. One of them, former Foreign Affairs Permanent Secretary K108, testified that he had traveled with Malanji to Turkey in December 2020 on a special assignment sanctioned by then-President Edgar Lungu. The second witness, Dyson Ntenga, a banker from First National Bank, FNB, provided testimony about substantial cash deposits made into the accounts of Gibson Air Charter, the company allegedly used to purchase the aircraft. These testimonies were intended to establish a narrative of procedural legitimacy and to challenge the prosecution's assertion that the funds were misappropriated. Despite these efforts, the court has remained cautious. A previous adjournment occurred after Malanji submitted a medical note claiming illness. The state questioned the authenticity of the document, which bore the name Joel Malanji, prompting further scrutiny. Following clarification from medical personnel, the court granted the benefit of the doubt and ordered Malanji to appear on Monday. However, with Magistrate Wishimanga unavailable, the judgment was deferred once more, prolonging uncertainty over the legal fate of the 2 officials. This case has broader implications for Zambia's anti-corruption agenda and institutional accountability. The allegations against Malanji and Yamba strike at the heart of public trust in government financial systems and diplomatic integrity. The unauthorized transfer of such a substantial sum to a foreign mission, coupled with the alleged acquisition of luxury assets, underscores the need for robust oversight mechanisms and transparent governance. It also raises questions about the role of political patronage and executive influence in shielding high-ranking officials from scrutiny. The fact that the funds were allegedly used to purchase real estate and aviation assets suggests a level of sophistication in asset laundering that challenges existing investigative frameworks. Moreover, the trial has become a litmus test for the judiciary's independence and capacity to adjudicate politically sensitive cases. The repeated delays, while procedurally justified, have fueled public speculation about potential interference or strategic stalling. Civil society organizations and opposition figures have called for expedited proceedings and greater transparency, arguing that prolonged trials erode confidence in the rule of law. The outcome of this case could set a precedent for future prosecutions involving senior government officials and may influence the trajectory of Zambia's legal reforms aimed at combating corruption. From a diplomatic perspective, the case has also strained Zambia's international image. The involvement of the Turkish mission in the financial transaction has prompted questions about bilateral protocols and the safeguards in place to prevent misuse of diplomatic channels. While Turkey has not been implicated in any wrongdoing, the association has cast a shadow over Zambia's foreign service operations and highlighted the need for clearer guidelines on financial transfers involving embassies and consulates. In conclusion, the Malanji-Yamba trial encapsulates a complex intersection of legal, political, and diplomatic dynamics. It reflects the challenges facing Zambia as it seeks to strengthen institutional integrity and restore public confidence in governance. As the nation awaits the rescheduled judgment, the case continues to serve as a focal point for debates on accountability, transparency, and the future of anti-corruption efforts in the country. Whether the court ultimately convicts or acquits the accused, the proceedings have already left an indelible mark on Zambia's legal and political landscape, reinforcing the urgency of reform and vigilance in public financial management.